This might be the most dramatic transformation Maybach has ever attempted. Not because it's bigger, not because it's more expensive, and not because it comes loaded with technology. The real shock is that the 27 Mercedes-Maybach S 680 SUV doesn't feel like a luxury SUV anymore. It feels like a private jet that somehow learned how to drive itself across the road. And that's exactly why every ultra-luxury brand should be paying attention. Because if Mercedes gets this formula right, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Range Rover, and even future electric luxury rivals could suddenly find themselves chasing a completely different definition of luxury. But the biggest surprise isn't what you see on the outside. It's what happens when those doors open. And trust me, nobody is talking about that part yet. The moment this Maybach appears, it changes the atmosphere around it. Most luxury SUVs try to impress you with size. This one commands attention with presence. There is a difference. The front end looks less like a vehicle and more like a moving piece of architecture. The massive illuminated grille rises proudly at the nose, surrounded by intricate chrome detailing that catches light from every angle. It doesn't scream for attention. It simply assumes it already has it. That's the confidence of true luxury. The LED lighting signature is equally impressive. Sharp, elegant, almost jewel-like. At night, the lighting creates a visual signature that makes the vehicle recognizable long before anyone sees the badge. And that's intentional. The most expensive vehicles in the world don't need to announce themselves. Their design does it for them. Move around the side and the proportions become even more fascinating. The body appears incredibly clean. No unnecessary lines, no fake aggression. Every surface feels sculpted with purpose. The dark glass, polished chrome accents, and enormous turban-style wheels create the impression of motion even when the SUV is completely stationary. That's not easy to achieve. Most large SUVs look heavy. This one somehow looks powerful and graceful at the same time. And then you notice something unexpected. The designers didn't rely on excess chrome to create luxury. Instead, they used restraint. The chrome feels like fine jewelry rather than decoration. And that subtle decision completely changes the character of the vehicle. Around the rear, the Maybach becomes even more elegant. The slim light bar stretches across the width of the vehicle, creating a visual effect that feels futuristic without looking overly complicated. Everything appears calm, controlled, sophisticated, exactly the way a flagship luxury vehicle should. But all of that becomes secondary the moment the doors open, because this is where the real story begins. The cabin doesn't feel like the inside of an SUV. It feels like stepping into an exclusive, first-class lounge reserved for people who consider time more valuable than money. The purple and ivory color combination immediately changes your mood. The illuminated headliner creates a starlight effect overhead. The quilted leather seats look handcrafted rather than manufactured. Every surface feels carefully chosen. Every detail feels intentional. And suddenly, you realize something important. The driver isn't the priority here. The rear passengers are. That's the biggest luxury statement of all. Many high-end SUVs still place the driver's experience at the center of everything. This Maybach takes a completely different approach. The rear cabin feels like the best seat in the house. Deep reclining executive seats, extending leg rests, personal entertainment displays, ambient lighting that changes the atmosphere with a touch, crystal-inspired controls, soft pillows, and enough space to make even long journeys feel effortless. You don't sit in these seats, you settle into them, and that's a huge difference. Imagine leaving a stressful 12-hour business day. You close the door, The outside world disappears. The lighting softens. The seat reclines. Your favorite music begins playing automatically. And suddenly, the journey home becomes part of the luxury experience itself. That is what modern flagship luxury is supposed to feel like. But here's where things become truly fascinating. Unlike traditional luxury vehicles that rely almost entirely on craftsmanship, this Maybach combines craftsmanship with intelligence. The dashboard stretches across the cabin like a digital command center. Yet somehow, it never feels cold. The interface appears elegant rather than technical, sophisticated rather than overwhelming. And behind those displays could be one of the smartest digital ecosystems Mercedes has ever created. Imagine the SUV learning your habits, your preferred seat position, your favorite cabin temperature, the lighting color you use at night, the routes you drive most often, even the music you choose depending on the time of day. That's not technology, that's personalization. And luxury has always been about personalization. The difference is that software is now becoming just as important as leather. The AI-powered voice assistant could become less like a voice command system and more like a personal concierge. The navigation could predict destinations before you enter them. The climate system could prepare the cabin before you even open the door. The entertainment system could adapt automatically to different passengers. The vehicle begins to feel less like a machine and more like a companion. And that's where luxury is heading. Not bigger, not louder. Now let's talk about performance, because despite all this comfort, a Maybach still needs authority. Nobody buys a flagship luxury SUV expecting it to feel weak. The S680 badge carries expectations, huge expectations. And while Mercedes hasn't revealed every final detail, the likely combination of electrified power, new luxury thinks, thousands of calculations every second, reading road conditions, adjusting suspension settings, predicting imperfections before passengers ever feel them. The goal isn't simply comfort. The goal is isolation, creating a calm environment while the world outside remains chaotic. And that might be the most valuable luxury feature of all. Safety follows the same philosophy. Not intrusive, not distracting, just intelligent. A network of cameras, sensors, radar systems, adaptive cruise control, lane centering technology, parking assistance, and semi-autonomous capabilities work quietly in the background. The best safety systems aren't the ones you notice. They're the ones you never have to think about. Yet perhaps the most impressive part of this SUV is how practical it remains. Because beneath all the luxury, this is still an SUV. It still carries luggage, family members, business clients, weekend gear, golf bags, airport runs, long-distance road trips. That's why the luxury SUV segment continues to grow. People no longer want to choose between comfort and versatility. They want both. And this Maybach understands that perfectly. Which brings us to the bigger question. What is luxury actually becoming? For decades, luxury meant bigger engines, thicker carpets, and softer seats. Today, that's no longer enough. Modern luxury is silence, personalization, intelligence, effortless movement, technology that disappears into the background while making life easier. The 2027 Mercedes-Maybach S680 SUV feels designed around that philosophy. It doesn't just transport people, it transforms the experience of traveling. And that's why this vehicle matters. Not because it's expensive, not because it's exclusive, but because it offers a glimpse into what the next generation of luxury could become. A future where craftsmanship meets artificial intelligence, where comfort meets technology, where every journey feels intentional, and where the cabin becomes a sanctuary from the world outside. If Mercedes can deliver everything this concept promises, we may be looking at one of the most influential luxury SUVs of the decade. Not because it follows the market, because it changes it. So here's the question. If you had the choice right now, would you take this 2027 Mercedes-Maybach S 680 SUV over a Rolls-Royce Cullinan? Yes or no? Drop your answer below. And if you want to see the future of luxury cars before everyone else, subscribe to Future Pro Cars. Because the next generation of automotive innovation is arriving faster than most people realize.